Hey all, welcome back to the channel. American Boy Collects AG Plus. So it is December. Still trying to wrap my mind around that. I am not convinced there are still 12 months in a year and 24 hours in a day. Anywho, but needless to say, it is December. Not sure how we're back to the holidays already. I feel like this year went by at epic speed like never before. Anywho, so it's December and it's time for Advent calendar season again, and I got the new one for this year. So we got this one we're going to be doing. We got this one. But you know what? I had so much fun doing these videos every day last year that I decided we're going to up it. We're not just going to do one. We're not just going to do that one. I've got our advent calendar from Avon that we used when I was a kid. If you remember last year, I can get it out here. We had Mr. Snowman. Actually, this guy actually did an advent calendar for 13 months straight, counting down from Christmas 2023 to Christmas 2024. So I decided, you know what? He needs to have a nice little vacation. He's not going to be helping us this year. So instead, we're going to get out this one. I'll get it out in a minute. An advent calendar we got from Avon that we had when I was a kid. This is actually the first time we ever had gotten a pocket one. Because usually we did this kind of advent calendar where you have a picture and you open the little doors every day. And there's usually either a phrase or a picture, or maybe they're telling a story throughout. Sometimes they'll do, like, if it's a religious one, they might do the story of the first Christmas, of Jesus' birth. Other times, you know, they might do this just random, maybe made up just specifically for the calendar, or maybe even the story of Santa Claus. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know what's inside this one, if it's going to be pictures or if it's going to be a story that's going to continue, but I just thought this was really cool. I actually bought this several years ago. Because there was one time I got a bunch of these on clearance after the holiday, after Christmas was over. But I never used them. A lot of times these got stuck away with like all the holiday cutouts for Christmas that we had for the walls. And so sometimes by the time we were working on decorating early December, well, we already started a different advent calendar, so a lot of times these didn't get used. But anyway, I was rearranging our cutouts because they got kind of all the holidays kind of got mixed up. So I was trying to get them back organized by holiday. And then I found this, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be the year. I mean, this one is actually kind of fun because it's almost like almost all winter. There's like nothing really Christmassy until you get to this, like, you know, this one corner over here where the birds are actually putting like a cranberry garland on the tree. But other than that, it's not too Christmassy. This would have actually kind of been fun to like put in a frame or something too. So I have to be very careful opening the doors every day. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do this. And we're going to do this. There's just one catch. So this is going to be just my intro video, even though I should be starting to open these doors and move and fill the pockets. So I have one on order, and it was I got on the Black Friday sale. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to get here on the 1st, and I wasn't paying the extra shipping to get it here. See, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but that's coming, and it's supposed to be here, I think, by the 4th. It was the 3rd, and it got bumped up to the 5th, and then it got moved back to the 4th. So we'll see what happens. Maybe you'll get, like, if it comes early enough in the day, maybe on the 4th, you'll get a whole crap ton of videos back to back. I'm just going to do one individual video like I always did. Or maybe you'll see a bunch of them drop on the 5th. I don't know. We'll see with the 5th. Anyway. But then we'll have to play catch up the first round. But anyway, this is what we're going to do. We're going to set these all up, get these all ready to go. And I'll do that in a minute. I just got to go check something. I'll be right back. Alright, so first things first, we're going to open up the American Girl one. Now this is the one that has all the baking. Right, so this is this one. This is the cover. They have like a slide thing that you just have to do out if you haven't seen this yet. But there's like one tape on just the fronts on both the top and the bottom. You have to slice to get that slide off. I'm going to be kind of nice and try to hide the bottom, but I just had to talk about this for a minute. One of my frustrations on this one was like, I got really excited when I saw both these outfits, especially the skirt, but I was like, let's see if I can get this close enough. Doesn't that look like that skirt is like variegated shades of gold? I was very upset I was very disappointed or sad when I found out it was going to just be a metallic skirt with pleats. But the way it looks in the picture, it really looks like there's... I'm trying to kind of hide the bottom half because it's going to show you what's all in this. In case you didn't want to know and you want to be surprised. I did, when I got this, I did get the components to make both of these outfits though, because I really loved them when I first saw them. Especially, this is my top favorite of this year's collection. Especially the sweater is my favorite piece. I don't have any of the girls in them yet. I haven't even done the unboxing for that yet. Anyway, but yeah, so this... yeah, I just thought, for some reason that looked like it was going to be like gold vertical stripes, but I guess it's not. So, anyhow, so let's start with this one. We'll get this to slide out. Maybe that'll be easier said than done. Pretty positive there was only two. Oh, this is really tight. Give me a minute, I gotta figure out how to get this out. Guess you have to use some muscle strength to get it to move, but yes, so that slides right on off. So yeah, in case you didn't see it, the gingerbread actually wraps around the side of the sleeve, so that's kind of cool. I'm not going to show the back, but it does show there's 24 pieces. I think one of them is going to have 25, but I'm not sure. We'll have to check that out later, so get rid of that part. So now this is the actual thing. Okay, oh, they got the backs. This is fun. All right, so the sleeve showed the gingerbread house. The back side has it printed like it's a kitchen, which is kind of fun. Wraps around the sides. And we come out. Oh, so this is supposed to be like the cupboards or something in the kitchen. Kind of weird cupboards, but yeah. Okay, that's kind of fun. I believe this one, yeah, this one has 24. It's going to be interesting to see what every day is going to be. But it's all going to be baking accessories that you can actually use for the dolls. So that's going to be fun. So that one's ready to go. We just got to wait for that other one to show up. So this one, let's see. So yep, number one's right there. So we'll start that one when I got that fourth calendar in. But in the meantime, let's get this next one out. So we're going to go with this one, the cardboard one. And I'm going to show you a little trick I learned for how to hang these. So even though it looks like there's a hanger, that's actually the backing. It's not actually the actual wall hanging for the calendar. Well, this wasn't a bad price. It was $2.99 full nut price to begin with. So yeah, so this is the backing that just kind of, and that was the part they had to hold this. But I found that, see, there's nothing actually on the back of this. There's no way to hang it. It's like when I was a kid, what we used to do, we do like little masking tape rings on the corners and then tape it to the wall. But the problem was sometimes you need to be able to get a hold of it and like kind of, you know, bend it a little bit to pop those perforated doors to come open. So I found that it's actually better not to have it taped to the wall, but have a pin in the wall. And then use one of these. These are what's called a sawtooth hanger. There's like clear plastic there, so you got to punch out that little part there and get rid of that little piece of plastic so it can actually go onto the pin. And this way you don't have to actually, you know, you're not going to have to worry about taking, what I want to say, the tape, you know, the tape isn't going to get dried out and you're going to have to keep retaping it. So I'm just going to use this as a little bit of a marker to know where the middle is, because that is centered up there. So we're just gonna sort of zero it down at the point that was at the top. Put a little mark on the back so we know where to put this. So we can try to get this centered. Then this is an adhesive one, so you're just gonna take off that backing and then get rid of that. We're going to try to center this as best as possible. And there's a lot of plastic here, so I'm going to like put it down low enough so that way just that opening is above the top of this. Looking good right there. Not sure if I got that straight, but okay. So now that's attached to this. Now this, I will say, this kind of material, this should be perfectly fine. This should stay attached for that whole month that you're going to be using it. The one thing I would say though is if you're going to use this kind of hanger, like for maybe like a plastic canvas wall hanging or other kinds of things, or it's going to be like maybe more like a fabric, you're definitely going to want to have some additional glue because that sticking stuff is going to eventually dry out because it's attached to fabric. So you're going to want some like tacky glue or something to really hold it tight. So now we have this all set to go. And we can hang this up now. I guess I got that straight, I hope. Anyway, so that's just a fun way. And I also did have a thought too that if you didn't want to spend the money and buy those at a craft store, what you could do, you could actually cut out like a little rectangle here and just the red section, or maybe even just down a little bit further, and then just attach it, like get some tacky glue or something, or maybe even glue dots, I don't know, maybe double stick tape even, and just attach it to the back here, and you could still have the hanger and then have a little bit of, would have a little bit of red showing up, so it'd be like that kind of thing. So it'd be a little bit of a strip of red. That way, I mean, and the reason I'm saying just do a little bit out, that way it's just the red and you get rid of all the text. You don't want to have the packaging part of it. That was just a thought I had on that one too. You could do that way, but I like this way. It kind of hides against the wall so you don't see it because it's all clear right there. It's this clear plastic. The only part you saw was the white for the padding. So yeah, that's that one. And then let's get this other one out. And I'm going to do a two-part to this video. And I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see up close a little better because there's a lot of detail to this. But this is a wall hanging. And so first off, we're going to have this little mouse is going to be the one that's going to be popping into all the different pockets every day. So in this case, there is a mouse going to be stirring every day this year, or this December for Christmas. I think I saw on this, where did I see it? Because this is one we got when I was a kid. Of course, now I can't read it because I took the thing out. The green backing was kind of helping me. It said a copyright year. Yeah, 1987. I don't know if there's a copyright on this. Doesn't list a year. But anyway, it had been a while back. It was only $2.99. I know it was since I've been an adult, so it was like probably in the last decade, but I don't know. It's been sitting around for a long time, never got done. All right, but let's open this up. So you're going to see right as I unroll this, you get these cool hearts and hollies on each of the numbers, little pockets, and then you get up here, but there's actually a whole wall hanging decoration above it. I guess it's got a little bit wrinkled over the years. But yeah, it's going to be Santa and Mrs. Claus inside their little house. This is a picture taken after, like on the 26th, after he's done delivering the gifts. But yeah, so, and then it's got a little, like there's a wooden dowel here at the top, and then there's like this red cord. I'm going to do I'll try to do maybe I'll flip it and do a little bit closer up so you can see the details in this a little bit better. But yeah, so we're just going to hang these up. We're going to get these two hung up and ready to go so we can just start this off. Let me pause this for a minute. But yeah, one thing, is it this way? So I haven't used this in a while, so this is actually one I wanted to get out this year. I kind of had like for maybe like a decade of my adult life, maybe like, I don't know if it was in the 20s or maybe teens into 20s, or maybe it was the 20s into 30s. I don't know. I had this like sort of anti-Santa thing for Christmas because it was like, okay, it's not about Santa, it's about Jesus. And so I didn't like do anything. Santa Claus, elves, stockings, reindeer, and I did do like regular deer if it was like a woodland scene or something, but yeah, so I had that little kind of anti-Santa kick for a little bit, but I kind of backed away from that a little bit. So that's why we're going to use this one. And I forgot. I actually thought this was like larger than this for some reason. I guess it's not that much bigger than the snowman, actually. So yeah, I'll just put these side by side real quick. So yeah, there's that. I guess the snowman's actually smaller. So yeah, it is actually bigger than the snowman. But yeah, for some reason I thought it was like way bigger. So it was like when I unrolled it, I'm like, wow, this is actually not as big as I remember. Of course, when I was a kid, you're a lot shorter and things look a lot bigger. And then you do it as an adult, it's like, wow, okay. Anyway, let me pause this. Let me hang these up and I'm going to show you them. And I'll be right back. Okay, can we just take a moment to appreciate this new Thanksgiving decoration I got? I mean, like, this is like the coolest thing ever. I've never seen a lighted turkey before, so I had to get this because, like Thanksgiving, you don't always see a lot of stuff for anymore. Seems like they just do mostly with Halloween for the fall now. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, I gotta have this. So yeah, I had to show that because that was really cool. Let me go back to the advent calendars. So before I go back to the advent calendars, I thought you might like to see this picture a little bit up close and personal and not with all the glare of the light on it. Before I do a closer up shot of this, I just want to say, can you find the three little animals that are hidden in this picture? Before I do a close up, you might just want to pause this for a moment and maybe see if you can zoom in a little bit. But we're just going to go straight up to the top and come back down. So it's a happy Thanksgiving. Got some trees in the background, are like lightly painted, and I just like I wanted to say appreciation for this because I was like, I love these older decorations where you can actually see the artistic detail where these were hand drawn and sketched and done with paints and colored pencils, crayons sometimes even. But over here we have your first animal in this corn stalk. There's a little bit of a field mouse, and you can also probably see the next one coming. The little girl's got the little chipmunk, and the boy's got the produce, and there's a pumpkin here, and coming down there's going to be a cornucopia, and straight across from that we got a little squirrel on top of a pumpkin. See, that's the whole thing, and I don't know if I can zoom in on this, but if you can see it right there, let's see, 1987 Hallmark Cards Incorporated. So I guess we have a 1987 theme going here, because that's the year that the, let's see if I can get that shadow out of it. There we go. That's the year. How do I do this? Ooh, that really zoomed it in. Let's see if I can now go back far enough. There we go, to get that shadow out of there. Just thought I wanted to show that. I just love the older decorations before they started doing everything digital or even photography kind of ones, because there's even cutouts where they do literally photography of it. So yeah, so that was that Thanksgiving decoration. I thought this is a really cool piece. It's a lot larger than some of the newer stuff they have nowadays, but it's really fun. A lot of details, so much going on in it. Really fun picture. Anyway, all right, now back to what we were after. But oh yeah, let me just show you where real quick. Over to the side of the door, where this little fox, it has a little pumpkin that says gather and a thankful pumpkin. That's where our wall hanging one is going to go. And then over here, hopefully I can get the clutter out of this. Underneath, where we got these carolers, is where right underneath the scroll there for Silent Night is where we're going to have, or that little pin is sticking out, is where we're going to put the other advent calendar. So that is actually a sewing pin. That's what we use a lot around the house here. Sometimes we have the thumbtacks like we have here on the door. But anyway, so let me just pause this real quick and I'll get these hung up and then I'll show you them up close. All right, so there's our first one hanging up there. Very fun picture. You got penguin on top of an igloo, you got seals, you got penguins sliding and a polar bear and some Arctic foxes and some Arctic hares, penguins ice skating and sliding around, polar bears, some deer with sweaters on. I guess the polar bear's got sweaters on too. I got all the animals got some kind of thing. Then you got some regular birds that are stringing cranberries around the pine tree. And most of it's more winter themed, so you could actually get away with using this as a decoration in January too. And the top just says Winter Wonderland Countdown. So yeah, this is going to be fun starting this one. I'm going to get the other one hung and I'll show you that real quick. Okay, here is the close-up of this. Try to get out enough so I can get this without a shadow, but there's a little bit of shadow there. So yeah, there's a lot of detail here. You got the deer and there's a squirrel and some chickadees and is that a mouse? Hang on, I gotta look. Oh yeah, right there. If you can see it right there behind Mrs. Claus's chair, there's a little mouse there. I think, is that a clock? I think it's on a clock. I'm not sure what that is. There's like hearts in the wreath also. The chickadees are feeding in the snow. There's more over there with the squirrel. I feel like Mrs. Claus's chair is a little too close to the fire because I think it's going to catch the chair on fire. I should have done that a little bit different for the detailing on that. And then here's like the detailing close-up of, so each one of them has a little heart under the number and some holly leaves and holly berries, 2 leaves on either side and 3 berries surrounding the heart. Really fun. This one only goes to 24 also, so, and I think the one that's coming in actually goes to the 25th. Trying to get this without getting the crap in on the pile here. It's next to me. Yeah, so that's what it looks like with the cord up there coming down the side of the clock here. Then we got the Hall thing. And just for right now, I'm just going to throw the mouse in the 24th just to get it out of the way until I start the calendar. But yeah, so that's that one, and I'll be right back. So until the other advent calendar comes and we start this one, I just threw them down to the 24th and just wanted to show you. So that's what it looks like when the mouse is in the pocket, and he'll just go like along the side. And they got it set up so it looks like his little paws are holding on to the top of the little pocket. So that's going to be fun when we get that one. And I got one other thing I want to show you, and then we'll be done with this video, so I'll be right back. Okay, so lastly, I just want to leave you with a little teaser. So while we're waiting for that other calendar to show up and start counting down to Christmas, I'm hoping to finally release this video that's been like over a month needing to be finished. But can you guess which dolls are in this lineup? Can you also guess which outfits they're wearing? If you want to know, that'll be the video that'll be dropping hopefully very soon. And until next time, I'll thank you for your support, like and subscribe. And I hope you all had a very happy Thanksgiving. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, so I normally don't do bloopers, but when I first saw on the screen my shirt, I was like thinking, okay, a button-down shirt really looks better tucked in, so I decided I was going to just delete that and start over. But for some reason I randomly watched it and I realized I said something wrong, so there's a little bit of a blooper here. See if you can catch what I said wrong. So here is the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. American Boy Collects American Girl. Did you get it? Let me know in the comments.